Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and as Miss Hong would say, welcome to another week of distance learning. This video will be brought to you by me instead of Miss Hong today. I'm going to go through with you your schedule and agenda for the week and highlight some important things with you just to make sure that you understand everything that you need to do. So, as always, remember there are various places where you can access your assignments. So you actually can see them here in the stream. If you scroll down here, you can see where I have posted things in the classwork section, but they actually show up here in the stream as well. So I could click on my assignments here, but the easiest place to find my assignments is usually in the classwork tab. Generally speaking, I want to watch the stream for important announcements, such as things like when the Zooms are going to be, like this announcement here that Ms. Hong posted for you guys to sign up if you wanted to have like a one-on-one Zoom meeting. Because remember, for Mondays, we are now scheduling one-on-one or small group Zooms instead of doing the larger group Zooms. We are doing those only on Wednesdays. So that was kind of an important announcement that was posted here in the stream. Zoom meeting links are always posted here in the stream. Also, these videos, the link for these videos are usually posted in the stream. So when I'm done recording this, this will be posted right here at the very top. But in order to access your work for the week, most commonly the best place to go for that is this classwork tab. So just reminding you of that. And then underneath that classwork tab, you actually have a whole bunch of different places where you can go and decide what your style is of being able to get to the work and be able to complete it, because everybody has a different way of learning and what makes sense to them. So the obvious, the normal way that you guys are used to seeing it is right here in this classwork page when we open it up. And I look right here and I see my assignments. And they go in order, they should go in order as how they need to be completed. So up here I see the attendance that I need to do every week. I click on that Google form in order to fill out that attendance. Then after I do my attendance for the week, which you'll note, it reminds you should be looking over all your work for the week before you fill out this attendance form. So that means going through and making sure that you've looked at everything that you need to do for the week. And then from there, once I've done my attendance, if I keep scrolling down, I'll see all the rest of my assignments. So here's my weekly agenda. Here's my assignments for Monday, my assignments for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It takes me through the whole week. If I want to see work from previous weeks, I just keep scrolling down. Here's the whole week of May 4th through 8th again. This is last week, the week before that. So I can go back and look at the previous weeks here as well. So this is one possible way that I can access my assignments. Now, if this is a view that you prefer, if this is easier for you, just be aware that you do have to click on the assignments to be able to see them. So if I want to see my weekly agenda, for example, I had to click on that, and then I can click on the links here. But sometimes I'm also going to have to click on this view material in order to actually be able to access them in more detail. This one didn't really require me to. I could click on the assignments that I needed here. But for instance, if I go to like here where I have my weekend update quick write, if I click on view question here, it actually will take me to the place now where I need to type my answer over here to my question and where I need to turn that in. So you have to make sure you do more clicks in order to get to the places that you need to go. And speaking of more clicks, don't forget again that when you're clicking on these days, there are links here that are provided for you in order to complete the assignments. You need to make sure you're clicking on those links as well, because I think some people are coming in and reviewing the assignments, but we're not realizing that we have to go beyond Google Classroom in order to complete these things. Okay, so this is one way that you can view your assignments. So just reminding you of that. Remember, we also have over here in the all topics section, you have your weeks broken down for you. So I can see all the way back to when distance learning started to this current week right here. If I click on the week of May 4th through 8th, this will take me to my assignments for the week as well. And you'll notice they're broken down a little bit differently here. Actually, they're easier to see if you click on them this way, because now I don't have to take as many clicks to view what I need to see. So here I'll see my link for the attendance. If I keep scrolling down, I see my weekly agenda. So here are my two options of looking at the weekly agenda, which we will go through together in a little bit. If I keep scrolling, I see my material for Monday. So Monday, May 4th, that means these are the assignments I need to do for Monday, May 4th. So again, Mondays are always usually going to be Quizlet. So here's my link for Quizlet that I would click on to take me straight to Quizlet. And then we always have the agendas posted again with each day in case we need a reminder, we need to revisit them. That way we don't have to keep scrolling back up. So we included them on each day as well. And then when I go to my weekend update, quick write, you will notice that here, if I go through this version, I can just type my answer right here. I didn't have to click on anything extra. I can type my answer right here, turn it in right here. So some people may find that a little bit more convenient, and this may be your preference over doing it the other way. And again, don't forget when you do those weekend update quick writes to make sure you are following the directions. So that means making sure you're writing at least 5 sentences. You're either numbering or bulleting your sentences so we can see more clearly that you've written your 5 sentences. You're providing examples to support what you're saying. And then, of course, as always, don't forget to make sure you're responding to at least one of your classmates' posts because this is meant to be a discussion as well. And then if you keep scrolling down, you will see your lessons for Tuesday. So Tuesday, May 5th, you will see you have a link here for Actively Learn so that you can do your assignment on Actively Learn. So remember, this is one of those assignments where you're going outside of Google Classroom to complete it. So when you click on that Actively Learn link, it is going to take you to your Actively Learn page where you can access the assignment. And then again, you have the agendas here in case you need to view those as well. So you're going to complete this Actively Learn assignment after you have done your quick write, because your quick write right here, as it mentions down below here that you're going to complete, this quick write is going to tie into what you are doing for your Actively Learn assignment. So you will respond to the question and you will turn that in, and then you will go to Actively Learn to complete the assignment. You keep scrolling. It takes you to Wednesday. Wednesday, as always, is going to be iReady. So you have your link right here for iReady. Again, you have the agendas that you can access if you need to revisit those as well. Don't forget to be doing 30 minutes of on-task time. Okay, same as always. And again, just a reminder, if you miss a week of iReady, you can double up on your minutes in order to make up for any of that time that you missed. Keep scrolling and it'll take you to Thursday. Again, Thursday, you have all your assignments. You have your link for Actively Learn that you can click on in order to complete your assignment. You have the agendas accessible to you again right here as well if you need to revisit those. And then Friday is, as always, going to be your finish up everything. It's kind of your catch up day. So on Fridays, and whatever it is that you have not had a chance to complete, this is your chance to make sure it gets completed before the end of the week so you can make sure that everything is done on time. Okay, so again, this is another way for you to be able to access your assignments if this is preferable for you. The other two final ways for you to access those assignments are via these agendas. So your weekly agendas, you have the typical agenda right here. Remember, this is the agenda like you used to have when you were in class. This one's more for just reminding you of what you're going to be doing on a weekly basis. So it's not going to give you the kind of full access to the assignments that Google Classroom will, or that your other agenda will, that we're going to go over again in just a moment. But it will at least give you a breakdown of what you're doing for the week. So the first slide always kind of breaks the week down for you, what it should look like. Remember, this is the suggested schedule. So as always, it's up to you when and how the work gets done, as long as it gets done. But we suggest that you break it down this way because it's advisable to kind of chunk it so it's easier on you. But to each their own. And then it goes through every day. Monday, here are the assignments, what you need to complete, and the directions. I'm reminding you guys again, no Zoom meetups now on Monday unless you filled out the form and you requested a specific meeting with us. Gives you the information here for Tuesday. Your quick write question is here. Reminds you of your assignment that you're doing on Actively Learn and your directions. Wednesday reminds you about iReady. Thursday reminds you about what you need to continue working on Actively Learn. And Friday again reminds you about your catch-up day. So again, this is a way for you to kind of, if you just want to see what you're doing for the week, you just need to be able to visualize it, and that helps you. And especially if that's what you're used to, the format that you were used to in the classroom, then this may be a helpful tool for you. And then lastly, we have included just more recently, you guys have been seeing this agenda right here. So this is the one that if I click on it, it actually has what we call hyperlinks. And those are links that if I click on them within the document, they take me to the places that I need to go to do my assignments. So some people find this more kind of almost hands-on and easier because it's all of their stuff in one place. And so this is another possible way that you can access your assignments. So you'll notice I'm scrolling down because that first page again is just for your information. And again, so remember to access things on this document. If you wanted to see previous weeks, so like you wanted to see what we did last week, maybe you missed something, you would click here and on this spot that says here. And this link will take you to last week's agenda so you can see the assignments there. For Monday, here are all the links for everything you would need. So you would click here for this video overview. This is one place that you can access this video. Remember, I also told you you can access it in your stream section on Google Classroom. And then we may post it one more place as well for you. Usually it's right on Google Classroom as well, and I'll show you that again. So there's really like 3 places that you can access the video as well. This, you could click here. This link right here will take you directly to the attendance. This is a reminder to you again that there is no Zoom on Mondays now. And then this is the link to the form if for some reason you still wanted to fill out that form to ask us questions. Remember, the form is for you, those of you who would like to schedule individual or group Zooms with us, but it also is if you have questions that you would like us to answer via email, or you want us to make a video like this for you, we can do that too. So that link for that form is right there. And then this breaks down for you. I'm going to use this to really go into more detail with you about what you need to do this week. So as always on Mondays usually again consist of your weekend update and some sort of Quizlet assignment. So this week, your weekend update is of course your quick write that you always do, filling us in on what you've been doing. So you will complete that on Google Classroom, just like you normally do. And then your Quizlet for this week is actually a continuation of last week. So for those of you who did your Quizlet last week on the word parts, lessons 1 through 4, you are going to be continuing that. But this time you are going to be doing write and spell. So last week you did the flashcards and you did learn. Now you're going to be doing write and spell. And as always, if you choose to do any of the other activities, those are extra, in extra practice especially, because you'll notice it says here the word parts test is coming soon. And for you guys, that's most likely going to be next week. So you want to make sure you're keeping that in mind and that you're practicing these as much as possible so you are ready and prepared for that test. So that's kind of the plan for Monday. And again, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much every Monday follows that. So you don't really have to guess what you're going to be doing. Monday is usually going to be your weekend update and also some sort of Quizlet activity. Moving on to Tuesday. Tuesday again follows the same format normally. It's going to consist of a quick write and then some sort of actively learn assignment. So usually, and I believe I said this earlier, usually your quick write topic is going to tie into your actively learn assignment. For this particular week, because we're actually giving you the opportunity on your actively learn assignment to continue to read the same article from last week and give you guys one more week to be able to kind of play catch up if you need it. Your quick write's not necessarily going to tie in like it normally would. But this week's quick write that you're going to complete on Google Classroom is called What If? And if you go to Google Classroom, the question is posted there for you to consider and what we want you to reflect on and answer. And then after you've done your quick write, if you did not finish the assignment on Actively Learn last week, so that was this pro-con debate one on corporal punishment. If you did not complete that, then you have this week to work on making sure that that gets done. If you did already complete that, you're kind of caught up on all of your work. We put a reminder for you down here that if you're caught up on all your work, you can do some things from the may do section, which are over here to the right. So like if I scroll up, these things in this section right here, These are all suggested activities. They're not things that are required, but they're things that you can do to enhance your learning. So if you are caught up with all your assignments, these are some things that you can consider doing. So like you could play NitroType, you could check out this Arts for Kids Hub. You can go back to previous days, like do a little draw with Rob for those of you who are artists. Do some of the virtual visits to museums. Check out some books, free audiobooks, anything like that. So those are just some possible activities. And if you keep scrolling, any of these things over here on the side are suggestions of things that you could do if you are done and caught up with all of your work. But if you are not, you really want to make sure that you focus on getting that corporal punishment article on Actively Learn done so that we can get that in your grade for you. And by the way, guys, FYI on grades, just so that you are aware, the grade book is going to be closing for those mid-trimester progress reports. They're asking us to do those this weekend. So be aware of that. If you have any work that you need to get turned in and get caught up on, you need to make sure that you're focusing on getting that done this week, please. Moving on to Wednesday. Wednesday, remember our Zoom meetup. This is the link right here. So you can always, again, access those links to the Zoom meetup on this document as well. So you can come here to click on it. You can also, we put it, remember, in that stream, you can click on it there as well. And then as always, this is never going to change, ladies and gentlemen. iReady is always going to be on Wednesdays. So just remember that, just like it was in the classroom. It's always going to continue to be that way. And so when in doubt, if you're not sure what to do, go do your iReady. 30 minutes of on-task time every single week. And again, just a reminder, you have the option of doing double that time if you need to get caught up, like if you missed a week. And you can also get extra credit if you go over the 30 minutes as well. Thursday, it's just continuation with your Actively Learn. So kind of same thing as Tuesday, making sure that you're getting that complete, or checking out some of these extra activities over here if you are caught up with everything. And then Friday, as always, is just a regular get caught up on everything day. So again, focusing on making sure that Actively Learn article is done on corporal punishment, and that your other items for the week are done as well. So like checking in with yourself to make sure that you've completed everything else, that you got all your quick writes done, that you've done your iReady, that you have completed the Quizlet. And that's what you should be doing with your time on Friday, is kind of just double checking and going back and making sure that everything has been completed. Okay, so just wanted to remind you guys, this is another document again that you can use to access those assignments. And again, as I said, you can click on the actual links in here and they will take you to the assignment. So for instance, if I wanted to see the attendance, I click right here on the link and it takes me to the attendance form to be able to fill out my attendance for this week. Or for instance, if I want to go to Quizlet and I click on the link right here, it will take me to Quizlet so that I can log into Quizlet in order to keep to work on my activities. So I would log in here and I would log in with my Google account that way. And then again, for those of you Actively Learn, same thing. I go here and I click on this link and it will log me into Actively Learn. And just a reminder, on Actively Learn, ladies and gentlemen, these are all the assignments that you've done so far. But the one that we're focusing on finishing up this week is this one right here. Pro-con debate, should corporal punishment be used in K through 12 schools? So remember, as you complete this, you are reading and answering the questions. You're completing the different polls. You're answering the multiple choice questions. And then most importantly, when you get to these questions right here, these written response questions, make sure that you are reading the directions carefully. Remember on the multiple choice questions that if you don't get the answer correct, we cannot return those to you. You're stuck with that answer. So you've got to make sure you're reading carefully when you answer those. On these short answer question ones, we can give them back to you if you request a revision, and you can turn them back in for an edit. But it is better if you read the directions carefully the first time. You want to try and get yourself in the habit of doing that. So like this question, for example, does explain why the argument is or is not convincing. Use evidence from the text to support your response. And we give you these frames for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. So I highly recommend that you use them. Okay, you can even copy and paste this frame. I could highlight it. I can copy it and paste it if it'll allow me. If not, it's super easy to type. So I would type down here in this box, the reason I found this evidence convincing or not convincing, I choose one or the other, okay, is, and then I would say why. And then one piece of evidence from this article that supports my opinion is where it states, you'll notice there are quotations right here. That means that we want something that's actually word for word from the article. Like, what did it say that made you decide that this either was or was not a convincing argument? You have to support that. And that's where that comes from. And then to me, this evidence demonstrates, what did it show you? Like this quote that you picked, like, what did it show you? Why did you decide that it was a convincing argument, or why did you say it was not a convincing argument? Okay, so make sure you're using these frames to help you, because we give them to you to help you guide you so that you can make sure you have all the elements you need to complete your answer. If you use these frames, you are going to get a higher score if you're filling them in correctly. Okay, so just reminding you guys about that again. If you haven't completed this assignment, just some tips to help you with that. And I know Mrs. Hong gave you some awesome advice last week too. I watched that video, and she gave you some tips about how to use the program and how to go about, helping yourself with answering the questions and making it easier on yourself. So if you're curious to see those, you are welcome to go back and watch her video. That being said, one last thing I just wanted to kind of clarify in regards to the videos. So again, just reminding you where you can access these videos in the future. So again, one, here in the classwork section, on the weekly agenda, you will see it will say watch the screencast video. So on the weekly agenda day, we will end up adding the video in here. So that's one place where you can access it. Remember, I also showed you that when you click on and open this daily assignments one, which I opened again there, if I go up to the top here, there's a link to the video as well. Oops, I scrolled too fast. Just jumping around. Right here, it says click here for the video. Okay, so that's another place that I can access the video. And then lastly, remember, as I told you, it's going to also be right here in the stream. And the stream is the first thing you see when you log on to Google Classroom. So that's one of the reasons we put it. So tomorrow you will see it posted right here. So that's the place that you can access it and watch it as well. And remember, I know that these videos sometimes are long. You have the ability to be able to watch the parts that you need to. Remember, you can fast forward, you can pause, you can skip things. Don't feel like you have to watch the entire thing unless you need to. We just make them, and I know a lot of the information sometimes is repetitive, but some people need the information and some people don't. So, you take it and leave it as much as you need to. But please do remember that we make these videos to answer as many questions as we can, since we don't get that physical one-on-one time with you. So please do consider watching the video before you come to us with questions, because a lot of times the questions that you do ask are already answered in the videos. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. So that being said, I think that pretty much covers what we needed to go over for this week. I do want to see if there's anything else. I do want to just really quickly, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, address that Quizlet, because a lot of people have not been completing that. So I just want to remind you guys. So I'm going to go to Monday, because Quizlet is always on Monday. And I just want to show you something really quickly. So if I go to Quizlet, and I'm a part of period 1, this is where I will see, so word parts lesson 1 through 4 will be there. On word parts lesson 1 through 4, so let's access it here. Remember, you should have completed the flashcards and the learn last week, and then this week you're going to be doing the write and spell. So by the end of this week, all 4 of these activities should be done. And again, these are for extra practice down here. And then don't forget, just a reminder to all of you, if you have not completed your learn, or if you think you've completed it, but you're noticing as we do grades that it's showing as missing, don't forget, we talked about, make sure that when you are done with the learn, you click the button that says finish. If you don't click that finish button, it will not show to us that you've completed it, and we cannot give you the points. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that. That just popped into my head as one last minute reminder. And I think that is it. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye. And if you need to talk to us between now and Wednesday, feel free to shoot us an email. Let us know, fill out that form. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, this video is here for you to help you. And we will see those of you who are coming to the Zoom on Wednesday. And I hope to see you there. All right, talk to you later, guys. Bye.